A quality education is something that you're going to take more than just the lesson away from it. You're going to want to continue to learn. You're going to want to go outside of yourself. I think that's what education can teach you. It's not just the ABCs and multiplication, it's really finding yourself, how to find yourself, and exploring life.
God didn't make anybody the same. We all are different. When you can approach each student in that manner, it makes a world of a difference.
Each child is different. Each child comes to school with different needs, and it can't just be a one-size-fits-all approach to meet those diverse needs. CES is a K-12 private school. We have a network of 6 schools in the state of Florida, and we're different than other private schools because we really get to know our students. We work with our families to set up differentiated learning for each child.
We take every approach to learning and how someone's going to learn to make sure that that kid is going to get that approach. So if they're a visual learner, we're going to make sure we understand their visual learner. If they're auditory, we're going to make sure that they're going to learn in that manner. Kinesthetic and tactile, feel, touch, we're going to make sure they do that. And we can do that because we can take time to really get to know the students in the class before the academics even occur.
You are supposed to be beautiful in your own right, even when it comes to academia. This institution is the right school in order to let those children grow in the way that they were made to grow.
Public schools are often overcrowded, and the teachers have a lot of diverse needs to meet within a classroom of upwards of 25 to 30 students. CES schools approach education differently in that our class sizes are smaller than traditional public schools, and we can really target the areas of need for each child.
There's just so much pressure put on these students' shoulders at such a young age. Finish this by this, do this by this. Let's speed up the lesson, right? Instead of taking the time, really figuring out where they're at, what they need help with. If you're just rushing through everything, they're gonna miss so much along the way that by the time they get to where they need to be, they've already lost. All right, guys, eyes and ears, please. Let's get started with our art lesson for today. Now, a couple weeks ago, we had a specialty project, which we currently still have up on the wall with your self-portraits. And today what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those self-portraits and we're going to elevate them to another level, all right? And you guys have had some practice last week with your Play-Doh during brain breaks, creating yourselves, all right? Are we ready? All right.
We truly provide a personalized education for each child. From the first time families come in to take a tour, it's personalized at that level. Upon enrollment, we personalize a plan for each child.
You have a lot more fun teaching that way too, because I have one child who draws the lesson and also has to, incorporate his writing as well with that. But I have some more children who have worked better in groups and who are better with the technology. In every single lesson, in every single station, we have to tap into that. No child can feel like, well, I can sit in this class and, well, I would like to learn this way, but I can't. When we're presenting, are we going to be reading from a paper?
No.
Very good. How are we going? Very good. Look at your audience. We are going to look at our key points in our note cards or in our papers that I make copies of. And we are going to go from there. Guys, it shouldn't take any more than 4 minutes, 5 the max for you guys to present. Is there anybody that wants to try to talk about one of their people that they chose? Gammo, can you give me someone?
Larry Dobby, he was second to Jackie Robinson. And some people think that second is, don't remember it, but he was the second African American to join the MLB. And he made it to the NBA also, and he was in the Army during World War II.
Very good information.
We have such a wide range of teachers who bring so much to the table, whether it be their love for, science, whether it be their love for God, anything, they bring this to the table and we can incorporate it and find students that have that same passion as the teachers do.
You want to know them well enough and allow them that opportunity to express themselves and what they're learning in a way that they're comfortable doing so, in a way that they're confident doing so. We want the interaction, we want collaborative thinking, we want pairs, we want movement, because in work environments, you are collaborative. You need each other, you rely on one another, you lean on one another, you need that support, you need that encouragement.
You have to make sure that your students are feeling that you are there for them, that you want them to succeed.
You have to meet them where they are. A lot of times you have to meet them where they are on their terms. I like to call it their turf, their terms, because we're trying to get them to a certain point in life. So if I come in trying to impose my will on them, then I'm not partnering with them, I am oppressing them.
We have a lot of students who've transferred here from regular public schools in traditional programs that just need a smaller class size or need a teacher who can really invest a little bit more in them because of that class size. We also have some students who have disabilities. We have some students who need that extra support.
You have some kids that attention span literally maybe 5 minutes. And then you have some kids, they suffer from anxiety so much, they need to be in a corner. So it's a sense of protection, and they're able to kind of read and focus on the lesson. Some want to talk before they can really refocus and get down into the lesson. If you give them that 10 or 15 minutes of your time, it allows them to go back to class and really knock things out.
I had a student about 4 years ago. When his grandparents came in, they were telling me he would fight them to not get out of bed. He did not want to go to school. He didn't want to be anywhere near a school. Brought him into my class, and 3 weeks later, during the car line, the grandmother came through in tears, and I'm thinking, oh, this might not be good. Maybe something happened, but she was so happy that he was getting up before they were to make sure that he was getting to school on time.
There were literally days I was driving around in my car trying to figure out which school I'm going to put my youngest son. It was really one of the most hopeless moments in my life, because as a father, you want to make sure you're taking care of your children and setting them on the right path. But nothing ever fit until he came here. He would always make great grades, but socially, he wasn't able to connect. By him coming here, he literally began to grow and learn how to be comfortable in his skin and be comfortable in who God made him. Being able to stand up in front of the 100+ kids we have here and say, hey, you don't have to be ashamed of having Asperger's.
Quality education is the ability to be yourself, to be accepted for who you are. And that's who we are at CES.
We have such an awesome opportunity here at this school. We have such potential with our teachers, with our students. It's really hard for me to put into words what this school has done, that every single student has their own learning path. And you know, you say that and regular schools say that and other private schools say that, but it's really like that here.
One of my favorite parts of CES is knowing that we encourage a school culture that's positive and safe. On campus, we expect students to follow the school-wide expectations of being respectful, responsible, and safe.
This is the place that I know God had for me and my children, my biological children and my children here at school. You have something special here. I say that as a parent, and I say that as an employee. This school has something special.